日本で147、ご訪問いただきありがとうございます。
There we go. Voters having to choose between Ohtani and Judge, both players on historic pace. Of course, Judge has almost a win lead over Ohtani in WAR. What? It's the age-old question. I've asked you 1 million
I'm worried
times.
because of the writers. And the reason I say that, we're in an analytical age. And when you truly break down what Ohtani's done, is he the greatest player of all time?
Maybe.
I can make the argument. I mean, Mikey, he is got a 2.58, 181 punch-outs. He's got 33 bombs. He's got 80-something steaks. But what Judge has done...
Yeah, it's a historic season.
So I'm worried about it because I feel like we get caught up too much in the analytics department and there's not enough feel in this award.
Whatever for me, Aaron Judge is going to win the MVP.
Whatever.
No, I don't think it's that cut and dry.
I'm with Roflo.
I kind of think you're right.
But if Ohtani
no
wins it,
disrespect
it
to
can be a
what Ohtani
blowout.
is doing.
Yes, if Ohtani wins it this year,
Then he's winning it.
then you got to win it for the next. Exactly, you got to give it to him the next 8 years.
By the way, Angels have won 3 MVPs over 6 previous seasons. No.
But value,
season
You're
appearance.
right.
Tell you.
But at the same time, the Angels are they in last?
Well, we've proven that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, we've been doing this show together for how long? 7, 8 years?
Yes, sir.
There are a few things that stick in my mind, and number one is you don't want to go into the Trop and play. Why? Tell them the story.
I mean, you have well, first off, you go in there and it's beautiful in Tampa, St. Pete. You lay out at the pool for a base tan. You get a breakfast burrito, chips and guac, take a couple dips.
And the clubhouse guys are
The
awesome.
clubhouse guys were unbelievable. You could get a haircut in there, grab a lift. Next thing you know, you get whacked with just an arsenal of pitching in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Going to Tampa
You lose 2 or 3.
for a wild card series as an opposing team. Worried, Michael, or whatever.
If I'm the opposing team, worried.
I'm worried as hell.
And you know what happens?
You worry about nothing, too.
They don't draw well, and then the postseason comes, and then they sell out, and you're like,
Yes.
what? Why?
And it's
How did this place
loud.
get
How'd
so
it get
loud?
You
is on the
forget.
object circle in your ear.
You forget how loud it can be because it's not always that loud.
And if Tyler Glasnow,
Ooh, yeah, man.
And McClanahan and Wander.
super worried.
Right now, they'd host
As of
Seattle.
right now, I'd be a whatever.
Whatever.
What? All of that and then whatever?
I think they
He just
struggle
wants to play the
score
air
runs.
guitar.
I think they struggle to score runs.
And
I gotta
against
feel.
Seattle's pitching staff, perhaps you're right.
I gotta feel confident going in with it. But if they get Glasnow, McClanahan, Wander, now they're a whole different team.
Okay, you can reserve judgment. Red Sox may not sign Xander Bogaerts. He can opt out after this year. I don't get it.
Worried.
Mikey, help us out.
Why?
here.
Why can't they?
World Series MVP.
I think the Red Sox fall into a little of that small market mentality with a big wallet.
Yes.
And I don't know why sometimes, and not just the Red Sox, teams think the grass is always greener. So for me, I love Trevor Story. I think he's a great player. I don't mind them giving him the money. This guy's done it for you for 10 years. Could he maybe move to third or first? Fine, the bat plays. You need that. Yeah, I'm worried for the Red Sox if they don't re-sign him because he's arguably one of the most consistent shortstops in the game.
The Yankees and the Red Sox share something in common. Both have totally screwed up these negotiations with signature players.
It's going to cost both of them.
The Aaron Judge situation with the Yankees, that was botched. The Red Sox are botching this one as
Do
well.
we know everything, though?
Come on, you can't
He
walk
says
up
he
to
wants
a
to be
guy
there.
opening day, scream, we just gave him $31.5 million. Now go play. Oops, and by the way, I'm dropping 55 big ones on you.
I don't like your tone.
I know this is about Xander Bogaerts, but
It shouldn't have come to
it
this.
works.
It shouldn't come to this, D-Row.
when you let a person get to free agency, they can opt out and they
Yes.
get a taste of what's out there.
Yeah,
I'm just
all I
saying.
have in my head is John Lester. And that bit the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom, their injuries. Well, Scherzer just went on the IL yesterday with a left side injury, and deGrom's back. But they've only made a combined 27 starts this year. Does that whole situation worry you?
Yes. I mean, the Mets are deep. I think Chris Bassett is.
Thank you.
But
13 and
here's
7
my
at 3-2-4.
deal. I do appreciate the Mets. They bend, but they don't break. The Braves caught them great, pounded the Pirates, swept the doubleheader. However, it's so much more important, in my opinion, for the Mets to win that division than the Braves to win it.
Yeah.
Because if I got to use DeGrom and Scherzer, assuming they're healthy, and now you're 3 or 4, I don't care. It's not that Bassett and Taijuan Walker are not good pitchers. But if I evade Scherzer and DeGrom, there's a little bit of an exhale going on there. So yeah, if they're not healthy, yes,
worried for me.
I would say this.
Right.
I would say
They got
this.
a month.
I would say the same. It worries me because I need those two to be Unit and Kurt Schilling.
Yep.
A la Diamondback.
Good point.
Bad Bunny concerts and their effects.
Worried.
Very worried. Why does the
Basically,
field look
wait,
like that?
So it happened in Houston.
In Houston.
last
I
week.
turned on the TV. I was like, the Minute Maid field is sick. It needs fertilizer.
Well, the
or
Browns
something.
crew works so hard.
But here's the thing. So Bad Bunny had a concert there, sold it out, whole thing. But Lady Gaga now has a show at Minute Maid. What's that field going to look like? It can only withstand so much.
Mikey, tell them what it was like playing in the Coliseum after the Raiders.
Well, I was going to go one further. I love my Dolphins, but in September, when we played at whatever was called Pro Player Dolphin Stadium, Joe Robbie, September, third base is like the 10-yard line.
Yep.
So come the end of the year or postseason, if we were lucky enough, spray painted the infield green, and it was like just beat up. So I was like, yes, worried. Love Bad Bunny, but
I like
hey,
Bad
do
Bunny
something.
too.
Yeah,
I love it. Lady Gaga.
What is this?
Sprinklers.
What is erroneous?
Time for Prop of the Order, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. We only have one because some of us have been talking a little bit too much. Aaron Judge, does he go deep? Yay or nay?
Absolutely. Why would I bet against him?
Someday. We say good morning to our good friend Anthony Kastrovitz of MLB.com. He has a column right now up on .com. The best players at each position that have debuted this season. Anthony, what was the genesis of how this all came together?
Yeah, I've done this in years past as well. So it's not purely rookies. It's guys who've debuted this year. So you don't have, Spencer Strider, O'Neal Cruz, guys who actually debuted last year. These are guys who just graced us with their presence here in the year 2022.
All right, I believe we have a graphic of around the diamond of all the players that have debuted here. You got J-Rod, you got Stephen Kwan, and Michael Harris the second in the outfield. George Kirby is your one of your starting pitchers. Let's focus on and start in the outfield. Michael Harris the second and Julio Rodriguez. I know you want to highlight them specifically.
Yeah, so I got Michael Harris in right field, even though he doesn't play right field. He plays center field, but so does J-Rod. So both these guys have to be on my team. I could not leave one or the other off. So I'll put Michael Harris in right field. He played like 2 games there in Double-A this year, so that counts. Good enough for me. They've both been incredible. Harris actually has the higher OPS of the two.
Wow.
Maybe not as heralded as the two, but he's been as essential as anybody in that Braves lineup for the Braves being where they are today. They were 8.5 games back when he debuted, and look at them now. Both of them have power and personality and just bring so much to a ball club. They got Kwan in left field there. I think he's been underrated defensively. He's first in defensive runs saved among all left fielders this year. Of course, he began the year at the plate with that incredible streak of 116 pitches without a swing and miss. And that's the historical oddity, obscurity, and sometimes guys who debut with these obscurities, they themselves become obscure quite quickly. Not the case with Kwan. He's actually made the adjustments over the course of the year. He's had a really strong offensive season to go with the elite defense in left field. So I like my outfield a lot.
Adley Rutschman behind the plate has been a culture changer for the Orioles.
Yeah, he really has. It's a short list of catchers in this era, basically, who come up and just get it right away, right? I mean, you got like Buster Posey, Yadi Molina, Salvador Perez. Adley Rutschman has quickly put himself in that group with those guys. I mean, he's third in Fangraphs WAR among all catchers this year. Debuted on May 21st. Had he been up all year, he might be number 1 in that ranking. So he's in the conversation already of best catchers in the game. Hits for average, hits for power. His defense is really strong. They just love him. Leadership qualities already at such a young age. And you see where the Orioles are. It's not all Adley Rutschman, but I do think he's had a really steadying presence on that young club.
George Kirby is a big part of that rotation, and it's nasty in Seattle.
Yeah, he's been great. And again, Spencer Strider is maybe the favorite for NL Rookie of the Year, so he's probably the best, rookie starting pitcher. But George Kirby was my pick for best debut starting pitcher this year. And it's really insane. He's got more than 100 innings, 14 walks. That's pretty crazy. So, we knew this guy was a strike thrower. He's really lived up to it. He had that one game, of course, with 26 consecutive strikes. Again, another obscurity, historical oddity there where he set that record. But, to see a young man come up and be so poised and throw in strikes, he's got the second best strikeout to walk ratio of any pitcher with at least 100 innings this season. So, he's been fantastic for the Mariners. They're managing his workload, but he kind of does it himself because he's so efficient.
Yeah. Jeremy Pena had big shoes to fill, but so far so good in Houston.
Yeah, shortstop was tough because you got Bobby Witt, who, like Julio Rodriguez, has 20 homers, 20 steals, 20 doubles. So, he's deserving equally to Jeremy Pena. I did go with Pena, though, because the total package of the defense, the base running, and what he's meant to a first-place club. You can't really tell the story of the 2022 season and the Astros being the #1 seed in the American League without mentioning Pena, replacing Correa. And, again, you go to wins above replacement, he's right there with Correa this year. So while his offense has fallen off quite a bit in the second half, I think, again, the total package with the defense has really meant a lot to Houston. It's a hard thing to do.